I was just saying, like, you've been very... Hello. We'll talk about that later. Hello.
Welcome back to the world of Ace Attorney. We are now in the home stretch, and okay, good. I thought that might. Hello, Bo. Oh, welcome on in, and good to see you, my hardstyle friend. How things been going for you? I know it's been like a little bit since we last chatted, but hope you are doing well. Oh, welcome to the world of Ace Attorney, where we defend people where we defend innocent clients in court.
And let's be clear, and Foxy, let's be clear here. These A's sure are turning.
Did I don't know if I...
But anyway, continue.
Yeah, so we're in the middle of probably one of the craziest cases ever.
The heck are you talking about? This is actually quite normal.
This case is like literally it literally is a definition of Ace Attorney in almost every over-the-top way. Yeah. So, yeah, we...
ain't it?
Yep, we are in Japanifornia, because,
we don't have to go through the full synopsis there.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Hang on, wait, before we continue, I'm gonna close my door real quick.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, because I know that we have 2 more testimonies to go through with Mr. Jean Armstrong.
Oh yeah, testimonies.
Yeah, and then after that we are going to be cornering the most obvious culprit in Ace Attorney history. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, honestly, he makes Frank Sawit he takes Frank Sawit for a run for his money. So, anyways, enough chattering. Let's get on with it, because I know everyone wants
purple
to
suit.
get to...
Am I thinking of purple suit with wig? Am I thinking the right guy?
Yes, you are. Hello, Yesky Bean. Welcome on into the stream.
Yesky Bean.
Yesky Bean.
Alright. Housekeeping.
Yes, and by the way, don't worry. After stream last week, I reloaded the save slot and I progressed back to where we were.
Thank you much.
Alright, anyways.
Thank you, okay.
Hey, alright. Le terme, Monsieur Elg. He came to my restaurant alone. I remember the old man arrived not long after him. There were no other customers. When he got word, he ran out of the Mom! He became very excited.
Yeah, that's the face of a winning lottery ticket right there.
It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning occurred. No, there was no time for me to do the acting.
Okay, since I did the classic judge last time, Pabs, do you wanna do him for the first? For this first
yeah,
part?
because if I'm thinking about it right, 2, and 2, I think. So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll do it. Just so we're... sorry, I'm thinking of how I'm doing this. Okay. And just so we're clear, there was no mirror in the restaurant after all.
Je vous demande pardon. Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly.
What you have just done is commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong. I will decide how to punish you later. For now, we will hear your cross-examination. Mr. Wright, if you please.
He took that perjury charge a bit too well, but I'm guessing he'll be in more serious trouble after this cross-examination. Oh fudge! I just realized we are gonna.
Oh.
I just realized we'll need to have someone do my I'll have you.
I'm
Fen-
gonna have
Okay,
to do Maya.
Ben does Maya since I took Judge. Easy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Hold it.
Pressing.
Was he alone at his table as well?
I saw him from the kitchen.
Yet the defendant, Miss Bird, remembers it differently. She swears there was another man at the victim's table.
Objection. Ah, unfortunately for you, tiramisu.
You already said that one.
Ah, shit. Trifecta. There you go.
That's perfect, actually. Shout out to Zelda. Yeah, what was the con you went to with Luffy? It's been a while since I joined you too on VRC. I've been wanting to ask about that. Yeah, it went well. It was a lot of fun. My mental health wasn't really the best during the con, but I still made the best of it, and I had a good time. It was AntherCon. Unless you are talking about MFF, so because I went to MFF last year with Luffy too, so.
Not to get us back on track or anything. Can we get back on track?
Yeah.
Yesterday's witness also testified that the victim was alone. You know, seeing you squirm like that reminds me of a certain coffee's bittersweet bite. This one has piranhas in it.
What kind of coffee has you been drinking?
It's not coffee, it's love. It's love that's bittersweet.
Hearing Maya say that makes her seem wise all of a sudden. Hold it. By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct?
It comes after me from my special coffee.
Alright, I'm just gonna...
There's a lot of pauses.
Just had to take it.
Drink your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience.
Oh, you make me so happy, monsieur. You're most welcome anytime.
I said it was worth one sip, and nothing more.
Cocked! So old Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe I should ask about his arrival in more detail. Okay, so...
What time was it?
What time was it? Yeah, alright. I'm just gonna save slot here just in case.
Because both are important to ask.
Yeah. Yeah. Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived?
None. I cannot remember, monsieur.
I believe we were told about witness yesterday.
The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir.
Does that perhaps jog your memory, witness?
The innocent happened about incident. The incident happened about 30 minutes after he arrived. So, the victim must have arrived between 2 p.m. and 2:10 p.m. No?
Just after 2, huh?
Okay.
Thank you for your help in jogging my memory, monsieur. You are wonderful!
Can't sit here all the time and do nothing, can I? The time of day will be added to the witness's testimony.
Monsieur Judge, everything I do it for you.
Este bien. That's French, ain't it?
I'm glad at least one person is in a good mood.
I thought it was merci beaucoup. He's even humming a song to himself.
Okay, just after 2
I remember.
p.m. I'm gonna press
No,
all this.
not. Oh, I was
Are you
doing
absolutely
that.
sure about that time?
When I think really hard, I am sure it was just after 2. Oui? It is the time I stop. There. It is the time I stop serving the lunch menu.
Quite right. I always break for lunch when the restaurants are serving their specials. I've been known to wind up a case early just to make it on time.
I guess you should never get between a hungry judge and his turkey sandwich lunch.
Oh, would you look at that? It's almost lunchtime already. Pulls out a
Witness, get
triple
on to
decker
your testimony,
sandwich.
please. Hold it. So your only customers were Mr. Kudo and the victim?
Objection! This has clams in it. How many times do you need to ask the same thing? See? I got caught off guard. I didn't pull up my names. He pulls up a binder.
Turkmenistan.
No, he pulls out the dictionary with just at the section of T's.
Yep.
Turkey sandwich. You'd never catch me drinking the same blend twice. Except for that one time. You're trying to establish the presence of a phony victim in the restaurant. But you're wasting your time. You can't grind birdseed to make coffee, if you catch my drift.
There's a hole in this testimony somewhere, I'm sure of it. Okay. Hold it. Did you see him?
No, I was in the kitchen and I heard him.
But
I remember him shouting, "Yes, have $1,000,000!"
presumably the defendant heard that too then, correct?
Maggie? She looked like a poor little frightened dog.
What about Mr. Kudo?
The old man choked on some bird seeds that got stuck in his throat.
It seems we now have yet another incident on our hands.
Alright. Hold it. And what were you doing at that point? Without any customers, you must have had time to kill.
I am a multi-talented woman, monsieur.
Sorry, what do you mean?
There is the renowned chef, Jean Armstrong, and the tragic poet, Clarice Armstrong.
Clarice!
I was writing a poem, an angry tale of a chef and $500,000 of debt. Cooking for a man who won $500,000 on the lottery. It is called Poco. Poco? It means why? Perhaps I could recite it for La Cour?
Please don't.
It seems we have a love buzzkill here.
You mean you contacted the police as soon as the incident occurred?
I asked the old man to call from the phone.
By your own argument. Tonight.
Oh, okay.
The purpose of this phony victim's performance was so the old man would see it. In other words, once the incident occurred, this opportunity would completely disappear. Indeed.
Bien, it seems Le Chateau of La Doubt has been lifted.
N'est-ce pas?
N'est-ce pas?
Yeah, I think that's how it
Thank
is.
you. Mister, are you chucking in a hairball? Hey, wait, can you help Mister out, please? I think he's chucking in a hairball.
Oh, so your pet?
Yeah, Mister's a cat.
Alright. Yep, you're up then.
Oh, okay. I guess Armstrong is connected to this case, huh?
Absolutely. Someone was impersonating Mr. Elg, and I refuse to believe he was oblivious. He was there the whole time, after all.
But if you're right, wouldn't Maggie have noticed too?
She fell unconscious when the incident occurred, remember?
I mean, that's when the phony staged his act.
I'll know for sure once I find a hole in this testimony. Alright, let's take a look at what we got. Alright.
Well, I think we're focusing on the time for that bit because
Alright, let's see.
do we have anything with time? Do you have anything relating with time? The lunch special? No.
Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30. That could be it. I don't know.
But that's a little too much time,
Yeah.
I think.
At least save before you present anything.
Yeah. Take time.
We do have a calendar.
Ah.
It's not. I don't think it has exact time of things.
Oh,
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. We do have a time.
The radio!
Because... Yeah, because it can't happen. If he shouted it 1:30, 5 minutes after, that's 1:35, and thus...
Yeah.
I think it's the wrong space, but it's the right evidence.
Alright, I'm gonna try this one
It has to be
first,
two.
and then- Objection! Got it! Boom!
Yeah.
Objection! I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong. Kwa, I think.
What is it? Kara? What do you mean?
At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket.
Oui. That must be Le Showman? Oh, the Showman? Is that?
Mon Elg.
Oh,
The
man.
show, Mon. Elg, what's his name?
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's like the
Sorry.
French abbreviation.
oui.
Mon Elg.
Because
That
Monsieur
must
means
be
Mr. Ed.
Le Show Mon Eric was listening to.
I can't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright.
I wonder. You say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct?
Oui, oui. I am sure of it. I remember it perfectly well. I know it was that time because I had just finished serving the lunch menu.
Get to the point, TTS, if you have one.
That show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m., and it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life.
It's on the air at 1:30.
Now, supposedly, the victim made some noise when it was announced that he had won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m. Because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time. This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over, there's only one conclusion that you can draw from these facts. This victim was an imposter acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Yes, there were two Glen Elgs in Tribulations that day. The real Glen Elg, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer, and the phony Glen Elg acting out the events for Mr. Kudo to witness.
Certainly seems that way. I mean, if that wasn't the case, how can you explain the tab discrepancy? Objection. Quite a performance there, Kiesler. You were almost on a roll. But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm you build to build you're strong. Yes,
What
Nailed
is this? Music Theory 101?
let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it is now just after 2 p.m. Phony Elk is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kuda. How do you explain then where the real Glen Elk is?
I don't believe I have to spell this out in court. However, at that time, the real Glen Elg was already dead.
Certainly the obvious conclusion.
Objection!
Objection. Thank you, Tectonic. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say.
What?
Now, I presume you can prove this theory of yours. Can you explain where the missing corpse went to?
Safe slot.
But we just said it's... What do you mean missing corpse?
The missing corpse?
According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there. If that customer was the phony Glen Elf, then where did the killer hide the body of the real victim?
Yeah!
That's a very easy thing
Wait,
to prove.
the desk.
The prosecution has a very valid point, Mr. Wright. If your theory is to stand up to the examination by the court, you must provide us with proof by answering the prosecution's question. Where did the killer have the body?
Yes, Your Honor.
No conjecture. Teardrop. Let's hear some facts on this. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden. Okay.
Evidence?
What's with the intense pressure in... What's with the intense pressure in here all of a sudden?
I thought I had him with that contradiction.
But
he's turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead.
Well, Mr. Rat, the court will now hear the defense's theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Mr. Egg L concealed? Inside, probably.
Alright.
Okay, so let's think of it this way. From the facts we haven't seen outside, right?
Yes.
So, most likely it wouldn't have been outside. Maybe.
Unless it was at Tender Lender, because again,
Yeah, I mentioned it.
because at some point,
Could be
because at some
in the
point,
desk.
because at some point, obviously Tigray was the one who was faking being who faked being
That may be jumping the gun though, because who is on Tender Lender's side in this specific situation?
Armstrong.
Armstrong.
And what does Armstrong have in his
Dead.
quote-unquote
He's dead.
disposal?
He's
A
dead.
kitchen. And where do you hide a body that isn't in the dining room? A kitchen.
Alright, let's go with it. Let's just roll with this now. It would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Tribulations.
Interesting. Where could a body be hidden inside a restaurant? Perhaps you could care to show the court on these plans, Mr. Rat.
Yes, Your Honor. The exact location where the body was concealed inside Trabian is the kitchen. Oh, I'm not getting penalized.
Wait. You are right about that, correct?
We at least
There's
say...
nowhere else it could be, because if he was... We're going under the assumption here that he is in on this. So if he made this kind of stuff up, so to speak.
Alright, let's see.
So if it was in the kitchen, we are actively pushing for that. So let's give it a shot.
Let's get,
If not,
I'm
whatever.
I'm gonna go with Finn's theory. Take that!
Okay.
The body was hidden here.
Let's see. Nice supposition. Nope, it wasn't it. They're way too vague.
Can you back
They haven't mentioned once the kitchen. But the real question is, can you back it up? Where's the evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location?
Wait,
Aha!
Aha! The bottle!
ear medicine.
Oh, of course! That's it! So it was in the kitchen because...
Take that!
Okay.
You got
Woo,
it.
close
Woo.
one.
Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle?
No. I have never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. I only use the very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality for me.
Where was that bottle found, Mr. Wright?
Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Tribien.
he ever used these bottles for my arms? For... There. My brain had to catch up. Okay. But I only ever use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils.
But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication.
What kind of medication?
I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? That Mr. Elg visited an ear clinic and was given medication that day. I can't pronounce that for otolaryngology.
Can't be serious.
The defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results right here. The contents of the bottle matched the prescription that was given to Mr. Elg. Glenn Elg's murderer hid the body in the kitchen, in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen? Yes, you know what I'm talking about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back.
Microphone. Microphone.
Order. This is an extraordinary development. Make sure you level your voice on. That's kind of how you're gonna do it. Witness, did you murder Mr. Glenn Elg?
Yeah, I'm going to do my something here. There we go. Never! I could not do such an horrible thing!
Uh-oh.
No! No! Mr. Godot? Bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. Did I say mug? I meant kettle.
Did you say kettle? I think you mean an entire liter.
Regardless. I said the line.
Yeah.
That's one of my rules.
As important as your past is, it's not nearly important as the way you see your future. What
are you talking about?
I'm reading my chat.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you're asking me like what track that is. If you're trying to ask me to guess a track, I don't know. Again, I'm not.
Hey.
I'm not really like as knowledgeable with the old stuff as I am like more modern stuff. Because again, I'm still getting there. I'm still getting there with the old school stuff. Anyways, yeah. Do you have the slightest idea of how many cups you've had by now?
And I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear? My age-deficit friend.
That's...
Please, you must hear me out. It is a trap. Listen to me. Por favor.
That's Spanish.
Yo hablo español, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish. Only going to ask you once. Did you do it?
No, absolutely no. Simply,
Let's hear it. You've got one shot, right, Gramps? Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Godot's coffee mug awaits you. As does my gavel.
It is clear.
Do they always say in the movies, I've got a bad feeling about this?
Very well. Begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong.
Alright.
Okay, here we go.
It is true. I did the party in the kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with it because there is a reason why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him. I swear it. You must believe me.
That's easy. You're accomplice. You were forced by who?
I cannot say, or I will be erased.
Let's try a different question then. When Mr. Elg died, was he really the only person at his table?
There was...
Tigray.
There was another man.
Oh boy, I cannot wait to kill my voice today. I knew it.
Hey, Maggie was telling you the truth.
You may cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Rat.
There's just one more thing I need to do. I gotta break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer. Here we go. Let's go.
Okay. Do we want to go with it? Do we want to go with most of it there, or do we want to cut to the chase?
I think I'm about to cut to the chase, but I'm going to save because I need to.
A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. Do we need to elaborate on anything?
It's okay. I'm gonna press this one first. Just
Good call.
yeah. Hold it. What man? Who was he?
No, I cannot say. I think for my life.
He's really scared.
You just have to put the words in his mouth, Nick.
Yeah, you're right. If he won't tell me, I'll tell him.
But why would you go along with this man? Okay, we'll go back to that again then.
Alright, we're gonna...
Wait. Okay, we either do the...
Tigray's profile or maybe the loan contract. Let's try it. Objection! Got him!
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Let's end this dance of Ring Around the Rosie, Mr. Armstrong. This is the man that you've been referring to.
Oh, microphone, crap.
Just calm your voice down, that's all you need to do, hon. Who was that? I feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a month ago in this very courtroom. This man is Furio Tigray. He is the manager of a loan office called Tender Lender.
Huh?
There's no point in trying to hide the truth anymore, Mr. Armstrong. I know you couldn't go against Mr. Tigray, at least not while he had this on you.
And then we show the loan contract, which is way in the front there. You went the long way around.
Okay. Hey, take that! A $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. And you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you.
It is as you say. Mr. Armstrong. He told me he was going to use my restaurant for a business vendezvous.
Rendezvous.
Like rendezvous. On the day in question, he was meeting the victim to demand that he will pay his loan. I don't know why it happened like that. I can imagine a breaking character. Okay,
Just keep
I
going.
just did what he told me to do. I had no choice. I carried the body and the innocent Maggie out of the dining area and into the kitchen. After that, I just tried to forget what I seen.
I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigray.
I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poison and the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's pocket, was that your doing as well?
No, I knew nothing about that. Making it look like it was Maggie who had done on it. I was not. It is despicable.
Mr. Godot, you will summon this Furio Tigre as a witness. I doubt that can be arranged today, so we will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow.
Nope.
30 minutes. What? The trial will go on. I'll see to it myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more.
How the...
Don't sit back and relax yet. Tech Boeings. No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way. Very well. Your request is granted, Mr. Godot. We will resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. Until then, court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess.
Okay.
See, it's easy because they have him tied up behind the bench.
Oh boy. Okay. Alright. I think we're gonna be done here with Armstrong. But so, Fen, how for the second trial, how would you like to take classic judge?
I think it's probably for the best. Split it up a little bit better.
Yeah, because I'm doing both Phoenix and Tigre, so. Oh
Yep.
boy, I'm gonna be killing my voice today, cause Tigre's voice strains me more than Gumshoe. In fact, just to be safe, I am gonna quickly grab a Sprite. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right back. Keep chat occupied.
Hi.
What is your favorite color?
I'm not looking at all of you, so I'm just gonna assume you guys are typing.
Okay. Hey, what is your favorite color?
Yes. Wonder if these guys have names.
They should.
There's gotta be like a Phoenix Wright-esque name that they should be giving these guys.
Let's do this, party people.
Okay.
Great.
So we're finally going to see the tiger on the stand. We've almost got this case won now, Nick.
I wish I could agree.
Huh?
When I cross-examined Mr. Armstrong just now, he said he was just doing what the tiger told him to do. But Godot picked up on it, remember? He pointed out that without proof, we don't know if what he testified is the truth.
You mean, you think Mr. Armstrong was lying?
I don't know, but if that's the line the prosecution takes, we could be in trouble. I get the feeling that we don't have the case-making evidence we're going to need. Hey, pal! Detective Gumshoe!
What are you so jumpy about, Detective? Your hair's standing on end.
Hey, that's the pot calling the kettle black, little Miss Top Knot.
It's not a top knot.
Never mind about the hair. Just calm down, alright? I can't stand still when I don't have a job to do. I kind of get wound up. Ah! No kidding. You gotta have something you need me to do, pal. Anything. Well, hey, I'm gonna take a jog back down to the precinct. I could get some prints analyzed for you if you got an hour. An hour? The trial will have reconvened by then.
But Nick, we still don't have a really decisive piece of evidence, right?
True. Without some kind of trump card to pull out of the bag, we're really stuck. You said you could get some fingerprint analysis done in an hour? You bet. In that case, would you mind checking the prints on this for me? Oh boy.
Oh, the bottle.
poison bottle?
Because it has the U went all the way around.
Oh, which one? Which one?
I'm talking the medicine.
Alright, let's try.
Unidentified fingerprints.
If you're going back to the station anyway, could you find out whose prints are on this?
Yeah, it says unidentified.
Oh, hey, that's a small bottle I gave back to you this morning, right? Yeah, I think it's time we solve the last mystery of who the prints on it belong to. Sure thing, pal. Actually, that's been gnawing at me too.
Alright,
Okay,
so we don't have...
Yeah, okay, I'll get this off to the lab right away. Just make sure you don't lose the case before I get back.
No promises.
This is pretty much the final showdown, I guess.
It's time to separate the it's time to separate the phonies from the real guys.
So the
go.
phonies from the ponies from the real guys.
I legit almost said ponies in a moment there because I was like, oh God, what happened?
No, that's funny. No, no.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Godot, did you find this Furio Tigre?
I even tamed him for you. It was a 3-cup job, no problem.
Tamed him? The guy's name may be Firo Tigre, but come on!
You should really invest in some of these Francisca brand whips. She's pretty lively. Be careful, he still bites.
I just wish they gave him like a mask to put over his mouth while tied up completely.
Well, then he can't, like, argue.
No, I'm talking about one of those spit masks. He can still talk smack, but he can't.
Oh, you mean like a Hannibal Lecter mask? I got ya.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway, go on.
Very well. Please show Mr. Tigre to the stand. Oh, that would have been funny if he was tied up. Witness.
Don't enter through the table, Maya, unless there's room for down there for me too. What'd you say to me?
Nothing. I didn't say nothing. Honest.
Guess that fear would induce a bad Brooklyn accent in the judge. I got business to take care of, you hear me? So who the heck called me to this hole? Is it you, Spiky? No, of course not. It was the judge. Your Honor?
Oh dear. I seem to have dropped my pen and turkey sandwiches. Where on earth are they? Don't worry, just carry on with the proceedings as normal.
That's it. We're doomed. Maybe you did it, Yannick. I said, who the heck was it that called me in here?
It was me! Also, there's no need to shout. We can all hear you.
What you say?
There's no point struggling. You're caught in a snare. The real snare of the law. And I'm the one that hauled you in.
Too cool.
Don't forget the best of you, Nick.
Let's start with the basics. You know about the incident question, correct?
Incident? I don't know nothing about new stinking incident, coffee mask boy.
You mean you didn't attend the previous trial of Maggie Bird?
Maggie who? I've got more important things to do than watch courtroom dramas.
Of course. Well, perhaps you could give us your testimony then? Please, tell us about what you did on the day of the murder.
Phoenix Wright. You's the one who set this up, didn't you? You's gonna regret the day you ruffled the tiger's fur. You hear what I'm saying?
We would love to.
Maybe I should have brought a diaper with me today.
Get a grip, Nick. You
I don't need that kind of brown in my coffee.
Coffee. I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up in business in December last year. Spent all of my time in my office. I got whales lined up to borrow cash from Tender Linda every single day. You just want to check my alibi, just ask Violetta.
Nope.
At last, I found my pen. Very well then. Mr. Wright, your cross.
Hi.
Please, if you could refrain from shouting out like that.
I know the kind of games that guy in blue plays. That lowlife ain't no lawyer. He just punches away at stupid details till he wins. Lowlife? Me? Listen up, smarty. Every time you ask me something that doesn't relate to this case, I'm gonna bill you $50,000, and you's gonna borrow the cash from me. That's one loan contract I refuse to sign. And don't think it ain't gonna hurt when you tangle with the tiger.
This is Tranquilizer. I love a good spectator sport.
Just a minute. That's really not.
This witness is... How can I put it? A hungry tiger roaming in the urban jungle. Get on his bad side and he'll bite everyone's heads off. Yours too.
Very well. I have no choice but to impose a penalty system here.
A penalty? Okay, sure. Why not?
Just like when we cross-examined Mo. Oh, you better be listening because I said I got business to take care of. Big business. If I don't split now, I ain't gonna catch my bus.
The court will impose a penalty for any irrelevant pressing of witness testimony. Keep that in mind as you begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
You can do it, Nick!
Come out from under there already, would you, Maya?
But there's so much gum.
No, it's too comfy.
Okay.
Okay, I don't think... So let's not press everything.
Yeah.
And let's just go for the jugulars.
Okay.
Well, that's an easy one to prove.
Yeah.
I'm gonna press it. Hold it! Are you sure about that? We're talking about 1 month ago, you know. You see these teeth? That's how sharp my secretary is. Sharp? Is he talking about Viola Cadaverini? She writes everything in my schedule. December, mainly in the office. That's what it says, so that's where I was.
That seems like a rather, catchy schedule.
There he goes again. What the tiger did all December isn't the issue. What's important is what he was doing on the day of the murder. So now what?
Well, obviously press.
Yeah.
Because we know exactly where the freak he was.
Mr. Tigre, what's his one? If you wouldn't mind going into a bit more detail.
Objection. This is a dead end. Telluric, and you know it. Remember the rules.
Objection!
No,
No,
what's
it's
important?
essential that we establish the witness's alibi accurately.
I agree.
The victim was killed on December 3rd. Were you in the office that day too? Maybe you ain't listening. Of course I was. I never set foot outside. I had meetings all day with a bunch of cats who wanted to do business with me. They're furry people. I ain't never seen that young kid before.
I do believe the witness's last statement was important. Mr. Godot, if you could please, so I won't get my head...
Mr. Tigre, the court asks you to add the last statement to your testimony.
Like, Godot is the only one who's not intimidated by this guy.
I am not intimidated of everything. I have had 500 cups of coffee today. I see in all planes.
Don't let an animal beat you. Be a man, Your Honor, and ask him yourself. I'm gonna save that.
Okay, so like, there's a few things that point to this, but let's start. The only thing that has a quote-unquote date to it is the calendar.
Yeah. Alright. Meet with the tiger. Objection! Got it.
Okay, thank God. I was gonna say, like, the CD was gonna do something too or something, but we'll work on that when we get there.
Mr. Tigre, you claim you didn't know Mr. Glen Elg, but it appears that Mr. Elg knew you. What? Mr. Elg left this little note on his calendar. Meet with the tiger, and the date? December 3rd.
December 3rd? That's the day of the murder.
So, Mr. Tigre, I submit that you did indeed know one Mr. Glen Elg, because on the very day of the incident, you met with him. Not bad. You's actually not bad. Sorry? I was just messing with you to see how good you were.
Did you hear that, Nick? He said you're not bad.
That's one compliment I can do without, plus he's lying through his teeth.
Witness, please remember that you're under oath. Lies will not be tolerated.
Just call me liar. Is that what you doing?
Rara! So, you're saying that you claim to have never seen that kid before, is that truth?
I said I'm dead serious. You better believe that's truth.
Huh. Then I'd say it gives me time to enjoy another cup of pure black magic. That is, while you testify for the court again, Mr. Tigre.
Oh, yes. Would you mind indulging the court witness?
He never actually met the victim? That's gotta be a lie right there. It's time I nailed this guy.
Phrasing.
Ray, did you get your laundry?
I ain't no liar. I never met Glen Elg. There was some lame guy with that name, though. Wanted to borrow cash from me. I set up a meeting with the guy at my office, Tenderlander. I waited around for him, but he ain't ever showed. I ain't never been to that Tribulations joint. You see her?
Okay, well there we go.
There's another one.
That was easy.
That all seems perfectly logical. You had arranged to meet with the victim, but he didn't show up.
I heard it's pretty hard to keep appointments when you're dead.
Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Didn't I tell you I got a big deal going down today? I ain't gonna make my bus now. I'm gonna have to take the express train. That bill's going straight to you, right? I think I don't know if I'm doing a good New York accent for this guy.
Alright, let me try.
No,
I think it's fine. No, remember, Foxy wanted to do this one really bad, so let's let him do it.
Alright, yeah, okay. You got me there. Yeah, you want to do it? Okay.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna save just in case, because I don't know.
I think we know the elephant in the room here. The last sentence there is he's never been to that place, and yet we found this little bad boy.
MC Bomber?
No. No.
The 500,000.
He's never been to Tribulations, and yet what is the last piece of evidence that we have on our little docket?
Aha.
A matchbox!
Alright, save slot.
Then what's this doing here, eh?
Alright.
Objection!
Then what's
Mr.
this?
Tigre, is there something you'd like to tell the court about these matches? Matches? What's you talking about? We found them in your office at Tenderlander. They're from that restaurant. Look. If you've really never been to Tribulations before, what was the book of the restaurant's matches doing on your desk? You've been snooping around in my stuff now too, wise guy. What are you, my ball and chain? Ain't no broad controlling me.
What?
What? Order! Whoa, witness. I think it's time you started telling us the truth. Don't you? sorry. I'm terribly sorry. Forgive me. Please forgive me. Oh God.
I ain't no kitty cat. I don't go back on what I said. But okay, I was at the joint that day. What?
No, so he's also an idiot.
Listen good, alright. Oh, real Matt on guard is back. Hey, lawyer dude. Whoa, is that dude on trial your twin? Yeah, he's Phoenix's phony.
I haven't seen you since you.
I'm surprised you didn't compare it to your own twin there, Scarface.
Okay. But listen good, alright? I might have been there, but I still never met that kid.
Well, well. Looks like an order just came in from another testimony.
I'm this close to proving it was him. He did meet Glen Elg that day, and he did put poison in his coffee. He must have.
In coffee.
Coffee. I was supposed to meet with the kid at the restaurant that afternoon. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. The guy was laid out over the table, stiff as concrete. I figured if the place wasn't hot already, it was gonna be, so I split. I heard the cops' sirens on my way out, and I went straight back to my office. Oh, we might have to press him for more details.
Yeah, definitely we will.
I see. You didn't actually meet with him in the end, then. Oh, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Hold it! If I wait around here any longer, I ain't even gonna make the normal express. No more stupid questions.
No problem. Anytime telemetry presses you on something irrelevant, I'll see pays a penalty.
Mr. Godot, that's my job.
Well, other lawyer dude, no need to be hostile nightmare eyes. Oh gosh. Your job is to...
Your job is to slam that little hammer of yours and call a guilty verdict. So do it!
Yes, sir.
The Special Express ain't cheap, right? Just so you know, since you's paying. Oh man, doesn't the rule of law mean anything around here?
No time is passing.
Yep. Alright.
We're doing a lot of safe states.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't want to accidentally make a murder there.
Okay, I am going
Okay,
to
so we need to go to the middle.
Yeah, let's press this. Hold it! You mean you saw Glen Elg's dead body? I guess I did, but I only saw him from behind. He was wearing some raggy bit of cloth he called a hat. And what time was this? I don't know. Huh? You know what lines me up more than anything else in the world? Watches. Round watches. I ain't gonna boot my paws some ticket head pecker.
Interest, Mr. Tigray. What winds you up the second most?
What's you think? Square watches.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Is this guy for real?
You know what really...
Look, all I need to know was something bad was... All I need to know was that something was bad was going down in that place.
Okay, we gotta keep going, I guess. Sirens... So we split. Okay, so that means if we split... Yeah, no, we can press this one.
Hold it! So you didn't actually set foot inside the restaurant then? The tiger is a busy cat. I don't hang around with no one. I ain't got time to be caught up in some no murder investigation. So when exactly did you pick up the matches?
There are matches just inside the front door. Our detective friend wound up in trouble with the chef after taking 5 books home.
Poor gumshoe. It's almost enough to make a man cry.
Okay, we didn't get penalized for that, so I guess we gotta get with the last one.
Hold it! You went straight back? Did a bout of guilt suddenly hit you for what you did? What's you trying to say? What are you trying to say? You trying to tell me you ain't never been guilty of nothing?
Heck, we all have our crosses to bear. We all have to swallow the dark secrets we hide. This mask is about 500 kilograms.
Go, 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 go.
The courtroom's not exactly the place to talk about dark secrets, is it?
It's the only place to do it.
And Mr. Wright. Another relevant line of
Oh,
questioning.
just one, okay.
What do you mean?
Should we just
Whatever.
go back?
No, it's
Nah,
fine. It's
just,
fine.
It's just one bar. I think that
It's just one bar, but
what a penalty for those two jokers and the garbage they keep coming up with.
Well, Nick, what do you think?
He's running out of ways to avoid the truth. I need to press him fast before he has time to think things through. I've got to come right back in with the contradiction.
Be careful what you press him on, Nick. No. Oh wait a second. Be careful what you press him on though, or you'll get penalized. Okay?
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Let's try this. Hold it! So the meeting wasn't due to take place at Tender Lender at all then? The kid was making a fuss about coming into the office. It's always that way when I want to talk about repayments. Even though I got this punching bag given. Never seen it if there are any issues. Maybe it's because of the punching bag that people are scared to come. So that's why you decided to meet at Tribulations?
objection. Ha. You're going over old ground again. Testosterone.
Sorry.
You just earned yourself a penalty. Now suck it down. Okay.
You will suck it down. You will suck down the penalty, Mr. Wright. And you will like it.
Okay, now you can.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Oh!
Okay, I am going to press this last one and, hold it! An ugly scene, what do you mean? Objection! Nope, I did.
Objection.
Yeah.
The witness has already told us, right? Which makes that question irrelevant. Alright, fine, you need to... Okay. I leveled myself to 70 cups of coffee during a trial. That's the rule. Better limit the number of times you take a penalty, or you're speeding again.
I'll make me find you again, Mr. Wright.
I guess I shouldn't have pressed him on that. Guess I'm gonna make that special express after all.
So to recap, this ugly scene you saw.
Okay, so we're... So we... What do we have? Okay, so we have something. Obviously we have something.
Yeah.
So let's look at our evidence and go from there.
We at least need to save before we show the evidence.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
Okay, we're gonna get the evidence first.
Okay, let's see what we got.
So... A photo of the scene taken from near the kitchen. That doesn't really explain much. You said you saw the back of his head there, with that sort of stuff there. And you said they didn't touch anything. The only other thing we have is technically the CD, but that's not in...
Schematics.
What?
The schematics.
That doesn't help things.
No, we should look at the schematics first.
Well, we know where people were.
I know. I mean,
Look.
the floor plan, sorry.
Yeah, no, we've seen this. There's not much to... You would have to open the door and you can't see him.
Yeah, you can't see him. You have to take a few steps in.
You can't see from that table. Okay, try the middle. The ugly sight. Save, but...
Okay, Travian full of
Yeah, he already saved.
Objection! You got it.
Hey, good call, hun.
You're something of a loan collecting pro, aren't you, Mr. Tigre? No one escapes the tiger's clutches. Well, I'm something of a lie detecting pro. And no one escapes the phoenix's clutches. Oh,
Here's the Phoenix.
anyways, I think it's time we got something straight.
What's this, Testable? A new line of irrelevant questioning?
These are the floor plans of the crime scene. You say you were standing at the entrance, Mr. Tigre? From there, your field of vision would have covered an area something like this.
witness would have the witness would have had a clear view of the victim's seat.
Isn't that what I just said? I saw the back of the kid's head. Nope, unfortunately for you, that is not possible. If the court would think back, you'll remember that between each of the tables is a tall partition.
That's true.
Now look at the plans again. The truth is painfully obvious.
Big old
From
wall.
the entrance, the field of vision of any customer walking in ends here. Oh, he's sweating.
Oh, he
So,
is.
from the entrance of Trey Bien, you couldn't have seen the victim's scene, but you did see the victim that day because you met with him.
Objection!
Objection. Wrong. Have you forgotten the old man's testimony yesterday? The victim was alone at his table.
Objection! But the defense just proved that point to be moot. The victim witnessed by Mr. Kudo was not Glenn Elg, but a fake.
What?
In order to have Mr. Kudo falsely testify, the real killer posed as the victim, whom he had just killed and acted out a charade.
That will do. This trial has gone on long enough without the obvious question being answered. Who exactly was this real killer? Who impersonated the victim?
I'm gonna save.
Wait, Junkie Sandwich is here, yeah. You say the killer murdered Glenn Elg, and then impersonated his victim in a performance for Victor Kudo. In that case, Mr. Wright, reveal the identity of this criminal to the court. It's obviously the tiger.
Yep, obviously Tigre. Take that. No. Obviously, the killer is Furio Tigre. No one else could have done it.
What? Well, witness.
Now that's cute. You think you can pin this on the tiger? Maybe you still don't understand. The tiger is the king of the jungle, so I dare you to say it again! Come on, you got the guts!
You can't threaten me, Mr. Tigre. It's the defense. Go in and tell the witness, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright?
Sounds to me like it must be you, old man. Who's got guts, I'll give you that.
Mr. Wright, don't leave me to handle this alone.
Perhaps I can end this embarrassment.
Mr. Godot.
Let's go back over Mr. Kudo's testimony one more time. The old man didn't see just the victim. Oh, no. Servant girl brought me a Javachino, but she put something in it. There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there. Was the victim you saw the real victim or not? That doesn't matter. The fact remains he saw the accused put the poison into the coffee.
Yes, it was the waitress who poisoned the coffee.
Objection! Very impressive, Mr. Godot. Waiting for my absence to launch your attack.
Ha. Found your pen at last, Tiffin.
It was in my pocket. But anyway, Mr. Kudo witnessed two people that day. He saw the victim, the supposed Mr. Glenelg, and the waitress from behind.
Yes, your point, Mr. Wright.
I think the conclusion is obvious. If this Glenelg was really a killer in disguise, then surely it's possible the waitress was also part of the show.
What? You mean the waitress was an imposter as well?
The defendant, Miss Bird, fell unconscious immediately after the incident. And someone used her fainting to hatch an elaborate plan to pin the murder on her.
Who on earth was it? Oh, save.
I know who it was. If not, it's fine.
Oh.
We're almost near the end of this.
It's her,
Yeah,
right?
It's Viola. Take that!
Yeah, the hair is correct from the back.
Who is this woman?
Her name is Viola Cadaverini. She is an employee of Tender Lender. You're making a big mistake. Do you know who Violetta's grandfather is? You better be going home in an armored truck tonight, if you know what I mean.
Stop shaking, Nick.
Where was I? Yes, the defendant, Miss Bird, has stated the following.
Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, it's true that there was another customer in the restaurant. She was sort of creepy. She had a kind of cackling laugh.
There were just too many contradictions in this case. The second man at the victim's table who nobody but Miss Bird seems to have seen. The earpiece worn by the victim in his left ear when that eardrum was ruptured. And the radio show he was supposedly listening to half an hour after it was over. There is only one logical explanation that clears up all of these contradictions. The whole incident took place twice. One for real and once for show. And Mr. Furio Tigre, the only person who could have committed the crime, is you.
Witness? What have you got to say?
That's cute.
Sorry?
You's alright. I could do with another guy like you around. What do you mean? Okay, I'm in on this game. I'm gonna have to charter a jet to get me to my meeting now, but I'm gonna give you one more thing to think about before I go. Something to think about? You just got it all wrapped up nice, huh, Wright? But you missed out on one really important thing. But that can't be. I was in the joint that day, and I met that kid too. But I couldn't have poisoned him, you see?
What? Do you really expect us to believe you now, Mr. Tigre?
Ah. What a troublemaker.
Troublemaker?
Looks like we're gonna need another one for the road. One more steaming cup of hot testimony.
Indeed. Witness, you will explain yourself to the court. I will give you one more chance to testify. What happened that day at Tribulations between yourself and the victim?
Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, I loaned Elk cash, about $100,000. That day, we was due to have a little chat. The kid had hit his payback date, see? So anyway, he tells me he's got no way to pay him. I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming. Yes, I won $500,000. He got lucky, you know, real lucky. If that waitress hadn't done what she done, everything would have been over.
Now, I see that the principal amount you loaned to Mr. Elk was $50,000.
Yeah, well, you's got the VIG to take into account. Interest builds up fast, you know. That's faster than fast. $100,000 is twice as principal.
And the repayment deadline was December 3rd, the day of the incident in question.
Yeah, he was one lucky kid. He got that $500,000 just in time. So I ain't have no reason to kill the kid. And if I ain't got no motive, you ain't got no case.
Oh, he does.
He has to have one, but what is it?
Oh, I think we know it now.
MC Bomber?
MC Bomber.
MC Bomber.
This is where it all ties back into it. But we need to figure out where that comes in. I don't think we're gonna go through every one of them there, but there's gotta be a part that has it. It tells me there's got no way to pay up. He starts flattering.
Okay.
The no way to pay up.
Hold it!
So what was he gonna say?
How much do you have left on his debt? You want it in round figures? About 100,000 bucks. That's the whole amount.
Talking about guy who has 58 cents in his wallet.
What? You tell me he wasn't even gonna pay for the coffee?
He certainly seems to have been a brave man, this Mr. L.
That guy was smooth, I'll tell you. Real smooth. You'll have your money in less than 5 minutes, that's what he says to me. The guy that calls me the tender tiger, he was skating on thin ice with me.
Okay, well at least we didn't get. Well, at least get fired.
Hold it! Was there anyone else in the restaurant at the time? I don't remember. If there was no one there, I'll wear that ridiculous tiger shirt for a month. Mr. Armstrong, Maggie, and I'm right. Viola, Cadaverina were all there at that time.
So the victim had intended to repay you from his lottery winnings from the beginning, right?
Seems that way to me.
But you wouldn't normally expect to win the lottery, would you?
Huh. The undying belief that your next roll will end the worst losing streak you've ever had. That's what defines a true gambler.
He makes it sound so cool.
Don't be tempted, Nick. You haven't got the willpower for it.
All I know is the kid took a shot and he got lucky in the end. 99% of gamblers quit right before they hit it big. Yep.
Alright, now let's be careful with this.
If the waitress hadn't done anything about it, that's not anything. But, like, Wait, payback date. What was that?
Yeah, that was December 3rd.
Did we talk about that? No, before that. Like, he talks about the pay date. Does that mean that,
So how much were you expecting to pay back on the day? What's the thing? The whole package, $100,000, including interest.
That's a real heavyweight punch.
Once a client misses a repayment, you call the whole loan in. If you want to make it in my world, that's all she's got to know.
And how many times had Mr. L been late with this repayment?
Once. How much was he supposed to pay back every month? $50?
Sounds like Mr. L was in a real sticky pot.
Yeah, $50 a month. He never paid that huge loan off.
okay, well, we have something.
Do you have any way of paying the loan back? The fool was a gambler. He said he couldn't give it up until he landed a big win. So I agreed to help him.
Help him? You?
I kept hitting him with ideas for ways he could get a big win. But the guy kept losing. So you were helping him for his sake or yours? Went through compromise. You help me, I help you. What's the difference, huh? I don't believe this.
Hey, would anyone really ever loan money to someone they thought was unreliable? Like, for example, if it were you, I'd only loan you $5 max.
Thanks a lot, Maya.
Wait, but...
Okay, so we have to eventually we have to link it back to it. What do we have in our stash there that'll kind of get this thing? You're about to wait, you're about to flatten the guy. What do you mean by flatten the guy?
Hold it!
Wait, what do you mean by flatten
Was
the
that because the guy won the lottery? Was his last chance at a big win?
And you can confirm that this is the ticket in question.
That's it.
The Millionaire Radio Show starts at 1:30 p.m. and runs for 10 minutes. That fixes the time you two met with some accuracy.
And the whole scene was acted out again 30 minutes later. Also that Mr. Kudo would see it. I can still see the kid kid's face now. I ain't never gonna forget it. Alright, let's... Holdings! The waitress, you mean? The girl with the glasses in the defendant's chair. Who else could I mean? If she hadn't gotten in the way, things would have been bada bing, bada boom, over and done with. Maybe I should push a little harder on this. Huh, okay.
What Maggie did. No. How things would have been. Maybe. Because we already know what Maggie did.
What do you mean things would have been over and done with? Are you all there or what? I'm talking about the cash. I was there to get my $100 back, that's all. I'm a businessman. It was all coming together before that waitress got in the way.
As far as I can tell from the witness testimony, other than recouping his loan, Mr. Tigre had no motive for killing the victim. It is. Witness,
Yeah, there we go.
you will amend your testimony to reflect what you just said.
There we go.
Motive, huh? I was after the $100,000. I didn't have no reason to kill the guy.
And then we pull it out.
Yes.
MC Bomber.
The paper for MC Bomber.
No, that's we have the
Or
disc.
do we want to call it the CD itself?
Alright.
Potentially
Objection!
worth millions.
So you intended to get back the $100,000 Mr. Elg owed you, correct? I loaned the guy the cash, so that's my right. Unfortunately for Mr. Elg, I don't believe the $100,000 is what you were really after.
Objection!
What
What are you getting at, Tiger Eye? What else would a moneylender be after other than money?
Oh, the moneylender was after the money, but money in a totally different league. The kind of money that a single disc like this would fetch.
What is that?
A computer virus, Your Honor. A virus called MC Bomber.
Computer virus? What does one of those do?
A computer virus is a program that wreaks havoc on the insides of a computer.
A computer? What does one of those do?
Written by Nintendo
Beard isn't the
employees.
only part of his honor that isn't from the Stone Age.
It was
I'll
Capcom Pass.
I'll explain it to you later, Your Honor. Right now, this is the important point. A virus like MC Bomber would be worth several $1 million on the black market.
Several $1 million? Can I have that?
Lending money with no hope of ever seeing repayment would normally be bad for business. But in this case, the very fact that Glenn Elg had no way to repay the money is crucial.
What?
Glenn Elg was a programmer, a highly skilled programmer. That skill was the collateral Mr. Elg put up in order to borrow the money.
Objection!
Trying to suggest the witness's motive was to get hold of that program.
Exactly.
The witness may have poor fashion sense, but he is by no means an idiot. Titanium. A man like him could get his hands on $1 million without resorting to murder.
Of course he could, provided that he had time. But what if he had needed the money right then? When the pressure's on, the luxury of choice tends to disappear.
It seems you have a logical conclusion for this theory, Mr. Wright. Would you care to share it with us? Why did Mr. Tigre need
And that is where
When we
she
pulled it-
comes in,
trump card?
aka her medical bill.
Take that! In December of last year, you found yourself in need of a huge amount of money. About 6 months ago, you were involved in a traffic accident, weren't you? An accident involving a car and a scooter in which a young woman was injured. She was taken to the hospital where she underwent surgery. How much of this do you know? These medical papers document the treatment of the young woman in question. According to these, her operation cost $1 million. And yet, when the payment was due last month, you somehow managed to pay it in full.
$1 million? A preposterous sum. Someone should sue those HMOs.
No one would pay a bill like that. If the medical association got wind of it, the hospital could end up as dead as a morgue.
But Mr. Tigre had no choice but to pay, because his very life depended on it.
Order! You say his life depended on it, Mr. Wright? What?
Indeed it did, simply because the injured woman was none other than Viola Cadaverini.
Did you say Cadaverini?
Bruno Cadaverini, mob boss in charge of all the underworld activities in the city, and doting grandfather's precious Violetta, also known as Viola Cadaverini. Your life was in danger unless you paid the compensation to the boss, correct? It makes sense. You were desperate to acquire the $1 million Bruno Cadaverini demanded of you. So desperate, in fact, that you decided to sacrifice Glenn Elg's life to pay your debt. On the day of the murder, Mr. Tigre's sole intention was to get his hands on this CD. Glenn Elg had no way of paying back the $100,000, and Mr. Tigre knew it. But then a miracle happened. The kind that Mr. Tigre would prefer to say never happened, but he can't and never can ever.
Lottery win.
Exactly. At the 11th hour, Mr. Elg won $500,000 on the lottery, which left Mr. Tigre with no way of getting his hands on the all-important CD. At least, the legitimate one. So he resorted to illegitimate means.
Crazy.
He murdered Glenn Elg and then made his next move. To frame Maggie Bird for the crime. Mr. Tigre posed as Glenn Elg, while Viola Cadaverini played the role of Miss Bird. And then they reenacted the whole thing in order to establish a witness.
Can more cases be this fast?
The witness being the one we heard all through testimony yesterday, Mr. Victor.
Objection!
Objection. Like I said, Kid Larks. I don't know why that's a word. That's crazy. No one would pull off a stunt like that. For starters, there's no way the chef could have been kept in the dark about it.
Objection! Well, Mr. Armstrong was in on it from the very beginning. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Godot? Armstrong owed the witness money too, $500,000 in fact. He had no choice but to go along with Mr. Tigre's plan.
Order! Silence all!
Useful, you're on a good show, Spiky. If you just want to stay alive in the loan shark business, you gotta be careful. You sent out dressed up like that kid created a witness frame someone. If I did something crazy like that, I'd leave a trail as bright as my shirt. I ain't dumb enough to do something sloppy like that.
Are we reaching 30? Are we reaching an hour time?
We're at, I've been live for an hour 30 seconds.
Not your time, their time.
I think so. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Despite your appearance, you are very careful. That's why you took one more precaution, one more trick to make sure that Miss Bird had no way out.
What? Another one, Mr. Wright?
Interesting. Why don't you fill us all in? I'll get it. I'll get it. Toastier. What was the this trick you say Mr. Tigre performed to frame the accused? The fake badge.
Yep, the fake badge.
Take that!
What on earth is that? What an insult! What an insult to think anyone could be fooled by such a childish imitation.
Oh my
He
gosh!
was fooled by it.
Consider yourself insulted, Your Honor.
I'm kidding.
Mr. Tigre, you didn't just pose as the victim on the day in question. A month ago, in this very court, you posed as me.
What? That's...
The truth.
But... The witness looks nothing like you, Mr. Wright.
Wait.
Although... Now that I think about it... It was you, wasn't it? No doubt it was you. Standing in here, this very court, a mere month ago. The Phoenix Wright who put up the most disreputable?
Yes.
Disreputable? Okay. The most disreputable, shabby defense I had ever seen.
Objection.
Objection. Can you prove that, Gramps? Prove that the attorney who represented the accused here a month ago was this man. Are you prepared to take that stand and testify that it was him? Yeah.
Hey.
Forget about it, yeah? I wouldn't do something like that, not me. You made a mistake, right? It was someone else, huh? Objection! Have you no pride, sir?
Objection.
Objection. This isn't a matter of pride. In case you didn't know, tokening, here in court, we deal with people's lives.
Mr. Godot is right.
Your Honor?
Speaking for myself, I am absolutely convinced. The attorney in question was the witness standing before me now. However, I preside over this court as the judge, with the vested power to hand down a verdict. Someone in my position cannot be swayed by a memory without evidence to support it.
No!
Okay, but why do we...
If the defense has no further... If the defense has no further evidence, the court will now excuse the witness. The circumstances surrounding Mr. Tigre are dubious for sure, but not conclusive. But we've come so far.
I think that's an hour. You say they impersonated Glenn Elg. You say he impersonated you. But none of that adds up to a murder charge. You don't have a shred of evidence that the witness poisoned the victim's coffee.
Yeah!
And here comes Gumshoe now. Please. Okay, we get it.
Sucks to be you, Wright. Don't mess with time, or else you're
Says
gonna
monkey,
get mauled.
dumb
Who's got
with
that?
Luffy.
All we managed to do around here was chase him around for a bit, but I was so close to getting him to admit his own guilt.
Ha. Looks like I won't be needing a refill.
If I just
Dumb
had one
shoe.
more piece of evidence. One more piece of evidence, and maybe I could get Maggie off the hook.
This witness's cross-examination is over. You are free to go, Mr. Tigre.
Gumshoe.
Gumshoe!
Hold it!
Thank you. We're...
It's the cops! Your Honor, sir. Sir. Wait! He said it's the cops in the anime, by the way, this part. Detective Gumshoe! Sorry it took so long, pal. I staked everything on this. My badge, the works. So here it is. My heart's counting on this, too.
What is it, detective?
Isn't it obvious, pal? It's the final, decisive piece of evidence.
Hand to the... We have it. We can go now.
Sorry it took so long, pal, but I finally got the results of the lab. The results? About the prints, pal, from this medicine bottle.
So, do you know who the prints belong to now?
Do you think I'm some kind of hack detective? Of course I know.
So, tell us. They're the Tigers, right? I knew it.
No.
You bet. Clear as crystal, all over the bottom. Your Furio Tigre's paw prints already.
That's great. We got him now, Nick. What's wrong with you? You've hardly said a word since Detective Gumshoe got here. He's laid everything on the line for us. For this, Nick.
I know. Look, I'm sorry. This is kind of hard to say, but it really doesn't make any difference whose prints are on that bottle now. Huh? What? Why not? What we need to produce at this stage in the trial is irrefutable evidence that the tiger put poison in Glenn Elk's coffee. He's already admitted that he met the victim. The fact that his prints are on this bottle, that really doesn't make any difference now.
Did we fuck up, like, really early or something?
I knew it. No. I know what happens in this last part.
Well, I know what evidence is actually going to prove this there, but I'm really hopeful that it's not like a, sorry,
no
you messed
bad
up this
ending.
one thing, you have to do it all again.
No, there's no bad ending in this case. The only
Okay.
the only cases that would ever have any bad endings are the final cases.
Okay,
There's a
gotcha.
bad ending to Farewell My Turnabout as well, where we prove On Guard not guilty.
Oh, okay.
Hey, don't be so hard on yourself.
This is our last chance to help Maggie, and I've been working on some useless piece of evidence the whole time. It's alright. I'm a real loser. It's not breaking news to me, pal.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Oh, Maggie.
Detective Gumshoe?
Maggie.
You've been working on something for me?
Sorry I let you down, Maggie. I know you didn't do it. And I'm a detective. We're supposed to be able to prove stuff like that. I'm really sorry. I'll get out of your hair now.
Detective Gumshoe, wait!
He's gone.
Isn't there anything we could do now, Nick?
I wish there was. Gumshoe worked so hard to get that evidence. If only there was some way I could use it.
Not yet.
Uh,
Here we go. Final showdown time.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
I granted you a recess so you could prepare this decisive evidence you've discovered.
Yes.
Don't keep us all in suspense. Right. No, hold on. Toppings. Show us. Naturally. We can assume it's evidence that will actually stand up in court, can't we?
Think, Phoenix. Don't let Gumshoe's hard work go to waste. How much more time are you gonna waste? I ain't been to no court before, but you lawyers should know how to blow things out of proportion.
No doubt, given the nature of the evidence, it will speak for itself. Nevertheless, you'll talk us through it, Mr. Wright.
Well, I know I can't prove anything new with this evidence. I'm really backed into a corner here, but maybe if he thinks he's got me beat, he'll let his guard down.
Don't keep us waiting any longer, Mr. Wright. Present this final decisive piece of evidence to the court.
Are we just gonna present it?
This is the defense's final piece of evidence.
Isn't it the victim's?
Your Honor, naturally, the court is already aware of the contents of this bottle. However, interesting new information has come to light. We have clearly identified some fingerprints on it. Fingerprints belonging to you, Mr. Tigre.
But that, you said it yourself, this is decisive. Why are you presenting this?
Mr. Wright. Conclusion are you hoping to draw from this new information?
Everyone in here knows what this bottle contains, except for one man. One person in this courtroom should theoretically be in the dark. My prints on that fancy looking bottle, is that what you said? Well, what the heck's in it anyway? trial, a phony lawyer, and a phony clues. Everything about this case has been phony. Seems like the perfect excuse for some phony evidence. Mr. Tigray, this is the decisive piece of evidence that will prove your guilt. Oh wait, I'm gonna save.
Wait.
Why? Because it contains...
Poison! Because we're faking it. Fake it till you make it.
This bottle contains potassium cyanide.
Potassium cyanide?
The poison used to murder Mr. Elgier. The victim's killer used this very bottle.
We are lying through our teeth.
And on this bottle, Mr. Tigray, we found your fingerprints. Well, how do you explain that? You big clown, you know that. What? You ain't never gonna let this stick. You're just making me laugh now. You think cheap bluff like that's gonna fool a tiger? A bluff? I can see straight through you, Phoenix. That ain't bottle with cyanide in it. No,
Well, wait, how would you know that?
No. This is the bottle. This is the bottle we found traces of the poison. Don't mess with the tiger. You're gonna get ripped to shreds. The cyanide bottle was brown, and it was made of glass.
And how would you know that, good sir?
That cheap piece of trash looked like nothing like it.
And how would you know that, good sir?
He was gonna say it too.
We tricked him. We tricked him into admitting it. How would he know that?
Bum, bum, bum. What? Bump.
Got him.
Yep.
At last. What? Why has everyone gone quiet? I said that the bottle... Is this the bottle you're referring to? Yeah, that's it. That's the bottle of cyanide was in. Well, you ain't gonna find my prints on that bottle. Don't let that cozy-looking suit fool you people. That lawyer's just playing games.
Tell him, Mr. Prosecutor. Tell
him, Mr. Prosecutor. Tell that guy where to go.
You still haven't figured it out. Don't you realize what you just said?
What I said? What did I just say? You were summoned to this court for the first time earlier today. If you really had nothing to do with the murder, you shouldn't have known all the little details. For instance, you shouldn't have known what kind of bottle of potassium cyanide was in. But just now, you slipped up in front of every single person in this room. You described the exact bottle used by the killer to hold the poison. You still know who's messing with. I'm the Tiger. I control millions of dollars on the black market. You think I'm gonna let some jumped-up suit get the better of me? Sure, the last piece of evidence was phony. But that's just what you deserve. The phony trial with a phony lawyer who was all played out by you. The biggest phony of all!
Right now. And we get deflation or yeah, no, that was definitely you. And are we done here? Hey, where'd you go?
Oh, light went out. What's going on?
It looks like a blackout.
Did well done. Top sides. Where'd he go? I saved my 17th cup of coffee just for you.
Oh.
Savor it. You watch the police restrain your prey. Why did the lights go out?
I don't know.
I think he screamed so loud it caused the fuse to go out.
That's for opera singers and like high-pitched screams, not roars.
Hey, Mr. Wright, you caught a tiger by his toe. But if this one hollers, he won't let it go. Now then, how are things going with Mr. Mr. Tigre must get out.
He is being arrested on the suspicion of murder of Glenn Elk, Your Honor.
Fortunately for us, we managed to rectify a very grave error. Miss Bird was found guilty in the absence of a genuine defense attorney.
Yes, she was.
In the absence of genuine evidence. But the tiger made one mistake.
Indeed. He very nearly got away with everything if it wasn't for that one slip of the tongue. Ferrero Tigre is a truly frightening criminal.
Eh.
And a coward, no
The
less.
truly frightening one is that defense attorney over there.
Well, I am now in a position to deliver my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird. Now,
Bam, bam, done.
yay!
We're gonna get a little head start on tournament beginnings. I know we're not gonna do it all in one sitting, but I want to.
Oh, obviously, yeah. But I think that's for the best, honestly, because we're early enough in it, and we do need to get this going.
Yeah.
Mr. Wright, I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, Maggie.
I was so mad when Mr. Wright landed me in all that trouble a month ago. But now I feel like I can forgive him.
Hey, that wasn't me, Maggie. That was the tiger.
Look, Nick, in the doorway.
Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe. Oh, guess I'll be heading off then. See you around, pal. Wait.
Detective Gumshoe,
Oh yeah. Congratulations, Maggie.
thanks.
I knew you were innocent all along.
Why didn't you say that in your testimony then?
Huh? Oh, well, I was... Well, guess I'll be heading off then. See you around. Wait up, detective. He just ran off.
Maggie, why are you being so hard on him? He busted his butt for you. It's thanks to him that we got the medicine bottle. Sorry, the medication bottle.
That wasn't even of any use!
But
It's only because Mr. Wright used it so cleverly. Detective Gumshoe was just running around in circles.
Poor guy. Looks like she still isn't ready to forgive him.
can't you put in a good word for him, Nick?
Yeah, Maya's right. I should help Gumshoe out. It's clear he needs it. Maggie? You know, Detective Gumshoe's been really worried about you through all of this.
Want to believe that, sir. But on that first day of the trial, he practically gave the judge a free pass to lock me up.
He didn't have any choice, Maggie. He's a detective. He has to report the facts.
He doubted me, that's why. He thought I might have done it.
I've got to prove to her that Gumshoe really cares about her. Lunchbox.
Yeah, the lunchbox.
I know, I'll give her a little
The
present
super-
to celebrate her freedom.
The super
Take that.
lunchbox.
Here you are, a present to celebrate your freedom.
That's...
A present from Detective Gumshoe made with a ton of love.
He said you lost weight and he was worried about you.
Detective Gumshoe. I actually really like weenies, you know.
Did you guys hear that? I'm pretty hungry myself, you know?
Yeah, the trial dragged on a bit today, didn't it?
Is it okay if I eat this now?
Aww. So, how is it, Maggie?
It's really good.
I
No.
love Maggie so much. So the case of phony versus genuine comes to an end. surrounding Maggie have all been cleared up.
Yep.
And who knows, maybe a whole new chapter of her life is about to start.
Don't have her murdered in the next case. 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 Please, for the love of God, don't have her murdered in the next case.
I don't think we'll need to worry about it. Because
Please.
we are now off to the fourth case of the game, Turnabout Beginnings.
Oh, yeah, wait a minute. Oh, is this a prequel one or what?
The girl, let her go.
Yeah. Come closer. And I kill her.
Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Splash.
And
I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey.
wait, first case? You did a first case
That was
already.
the second case. That was her second case.
What? What do you mean?
That one was, no, the first case of this game was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, captured on the Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. Again, see? First case. This is her first case. The first case of the game was her second ever case.
Why was it phrased in a way of like, oh, this is the first time you're ever doing stuff?
It was her first time in a long time. That was her only...
In a long time?
Well...
Okay, sure. Okay, sure.
Alright, I'm gonna do Mia for now. Because I know who we're gonna be facing off against. No,
Okay.
Phoenix is not in this case.
Gotcha.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, wait, yeah. If I'm thinking of what I'm thinking of. Okay, gotcha.
I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Eek. Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I'll do, Fen, if you want to do her.
Nope. But yeah, no, actually, you do. Fen, you do it.
Didn't do none, I swear. Didn't kill nobody.
Terry Falls, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Small talk, I'm trying to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? Eek.
Oh, microphone.
Eek. I'm sorry.
I didn't kill nobody. I never lied. I didn't escape from nowhere.
But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago.
Sorry, I told a little lie.
Oh boy.
But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody.
Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right?
Foxy,
I'm really sorry.
they sentenced me to die 5 years ago. I just tried to tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it. I didn't kill her. I could never do that.
2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman?
Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped.
So that much is true. He did meet with the victim.
Oh, microphone. I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true.
I can trust him, right? I mean, I should.
Huh. You're not gonna figure out the truth by just staring at the guy.
Why are you here?
I don't know. I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with.
Where is Mr. Grossberg?
Behind you! No, actually just kidding. Huh, the old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Maybe a bottle of Pringles or something, I don't know. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando.
I didn't say. So Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me. Oh gosh, my voice.
No, you got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine
Oh, I get it
an
now.
escaped death row convict for a first client.
Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get get out of it though.
Relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well.
Really?
However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career.
Genius?
Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. I don't like calling you that, so I'm just gonna call you the K word now. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time.
Solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. Alright.
This is gonna be a hard one. But we'll go a little bit into it. Oh, Edgeworth.
Yeah.
Edgeworth has a
Alright,
jam.
and
Oh.
it's the Canadian judge who...
Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Flaws, eh?
Yep, alright, I'm gonna have you do... I'll have you do Mia Fenn.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Edgeworth voice. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers, eh?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey.
Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor.
So you're the new prosecutor everyone's talking about, eh? I was just adding those in sequence. Okay, I'll calm it down then. They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age.
At 20, Your Honor. Also note, he's wearing the jacket that's on the frame in his office. He's wearing the jacket that was on his frame in his office. He looks so much younger. I love how they made him younger in this.
I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself such much of a reputation yet, huh? And
Oh, sorry. Come on, Mia. You can't lose. Not to someone younger than you.
oh, young people running a trial. Not too sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct?
Precisely.
The defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. The day the defendant escaped, the policewoman was murdered.
So,
Okay. So, we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death. Right?
You got it, K-word. Move it. Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement, eh?
yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old.
Ooh. Truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted.
Correct. testimony.
Put your finger down, young man. You're making that a habit.
A witness's testimony.
The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throwing his young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that have fallen are never recovered.
So Miss Hawk's testimony was the only one that put him away.
That police woman you just mentioned. That wouldn't be...
Exactly, the victim, the same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne.
Ah, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago. With only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Ah! Truth is becoming clear to me now.
Huh?
Yes. It's quite obvious the defendant's guilty. Easy!
Objection! But wait a minute. That's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor.
I hate these drawn-out cases. Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word of choice or your tone of voice. And stop waving that finger at me, young man.
I wasn't wagging it at you, Your Honor. I'm wagging it at her. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. Also, did you notice how he did the little expression that Manfred von Karma did?
Yes, I did notice that.
That is another amazing detail about young Edgeworth here.
Why, you're even younger than me. You're even younger than me, you hypocrite.
We heard this up. I'm late for my turkey poutine. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your witness.
I called the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case.
Hey, young
nice shirt.
I know they were planning on actually making him look younger, but they couldn't due to the GBA's memory limitations.
How do you not figure that out due to the GPA's limitations? It's like face.
Remember, yeah. Well, I mean, again, they only had 4 cases in the first 2 games. They had to do something for 5 cases in this game. So.
Okay, so let me get this straight. He just they just changed the tan of it to save space.
No, I think they wanted to make him look younger too, though.
But you already changed it because you got rid of a lot of the wrinkles on the shirt. So it is a sprite change. I guess in the GBA it was literally just the color change. So yeah. Anyway, keep going.
Witness, state your name and occupation. Come shoot. I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division a half a year ago.
I don't believe anyone asked you about that.
Oh, hey, the year's gone.
Hey, ma'am, you got any idea how much work it takes?
What is it?
You're really gorgeous.
Oh no. Oh.
Excuse me?
No, seriously, my heart, it's aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick for something other than your heart will ache. Maybe, perhaps, your salary. Okay, I got it.
Now, detective, tell us about the incident.
Yes, sir. Right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police
Wait,
force.
hold it. We're not doing the thing yet? Okay, sure.
She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss.
That much is already stated in the autopsy report.
Oh, that reminds me, we should probably... Oh, wait, it's just an autopsy report.
We have a case thing. That's cool. Court would like to hear more details about the incident itself.
Yes, sir. I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here.
That's a lot of aerials.
This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge, and the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint. He was trying to make his getaway, sir.
Oh. Let's see. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge?
The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'll warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there, eh?
Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day.
See, now you're actually pointing the finger at me. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I was some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony.
Pabs, you're sounding less Canadian.
I don't know Canadian language as much.
You just go
I'm giving him best shot.
Just practice by saying, "Hey, hoser."
Hoser? I don't know.
Yes, sir.
I am voicing. I'm having fun.
Okay. Here we go, Mia. Hang on.
Okay, now, listen carefully, K-word. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Like I'm drinking. Trust me and get ready. Man, I do love me my chamomile tea.
On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain.
Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge.
Naturally.
Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination. Coming right up. Yep.
Hey, settle down there, K-word. This isn't a restaurant. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my afternoon tea.
It's coffee.
I drink tea in this universe.
I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here, that's all.
Courtroom can be a cold battlefield, alright. Especially for a beginner.
I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner in here.
Except the judge. And me. Got me there. Maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, K-word.
It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching.
What were they, VHS?
Alright, we're gonna
No, I think
do
they
the
were
gunship maneuver.
Laserdisc. This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right?
Sorry, but I'm afraid I do.
What?
The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls.
What? The defendant? The defendant called her.
Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls.
A note?
Yeah, a top secret memo she left in her desk. Alright.
According to the note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls.
Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me?
It was me. Looks like the judge is even more sure of the verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer.
That detective's fault. He's the one that said, unknown person.
Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. People, Edgeworth pulling Yvonne Karma.
Was that a trap? With that face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky.
Oh wait, yeah, he had a flawless record before this. Oh no, he had a flawless record before this.
Oh no, are we gonna lose this? A bridge up in the mountains? But why meet there?
Because it is a very important place to the defendant, that's why.
What do you mean by that?
If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. It's a trap! Thank you, Bluebell. Welcome on in.
Hello, Bluebell. Big hugs.
And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge.
I thought it was in Ohio.
The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls.
Ah, return to the scene of the crime. A nostalgic.
Was the body of the victim discovered right away?
Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say, "Don't move. We've got you surrounded."
Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that?
Location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly?
Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone. Sorry, must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right?
Ah,
How y'all doing tonight? I'm doing good.
I'm getting a bit tired because I have...
that's what
Yeah, come on.
happened, then she wouldn't have been killed.
She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I had noticed it earlier, maybe she'd still be alive.
I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. Mr. Falls had a car then. But yeah. Go ahead.
Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right?
What? You mean the defendant drove his own car?
No, of course not. It was stolen.
Huh.
He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at the red light.
Car thieves. I'm not sure I feel about car thieves.
Sure about how we anything?
I
If you're
feel
living in San
real strongly
Francisco,
about my
because
turkey poutine.
This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there.
Yeah, that doesn't look too comfortable.
Probably dead in there.
Victim. She was stabbed in the back, correct?
Yeah.
Ah. For some reason, it always seemed to get stabbed in the back.
We're talking about a woman here.
You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back and nice and firm.
The condition of the body when it was discovered was very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car?
Here's...
Oh yeah, the keyhole.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a stolen car, but you could go ahead. I don't know why
Alright.
they probably ripped it open to take the things out.
What did the defendant have to say about this photo?
What he always says, ma'am. That's all he says.
Nothing. I wouldn't say you did nothing. At the very least, we knew we stole the car.
That's what he always says, Your Honor. Then he always says...
Oh wait. sorry. I told a little lie.
Or something like that.
Well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested.
Precisely. Alright.
That certainly... Oh, sorry. That certainly is some impressive police work.
No, you're gonna ruffle his...
Well, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. We set up that checkpoint just after 5 p.m. We figured that Mr. Falls might just always try and run.
What do you mean it was always too close? Sorry, what do you mean it was too close for comfort?
The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30 p.m. And it always takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint.
That was kind of close. Any later, and Mr. Falls could have slipped right by.
Listen up, K-Word. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony.
A trap? It's a trap.
Walk into it carelessly, and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh?
Just with a flesh wound. No, it's not.
Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you better get some more information. And if you're going to get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards.
The ever-famous contradictions. I sure hope I can find some of those.
Yep, and it's in the photo, so...
Yeah, they literally, like, showed us straight in the face, but how do we prove that? Do we just show the photo of the car at the photo of the car?
Yep, probably.
Sure! I will use this evidence on this piece of evidence!
No?
Okay, load it.
Yeah.
Yeah, load.
Alright, let's think. Are you loading? We
I'm
got...
tired.
It was...
Wait, what's that note just say?
Confidential... Oh, check, let's see, go look.
That bridge, talk to Dahlia.
Talk to Dahlia. Tell her that this time the whole truth must come out. Jackpot.
Okay,
No.
no, the other part. The dying photo or whatever. No, sorry, I'm mincing my words. The autopsy report.
Yeah, she's not wearing a scarf.
Oh yeah.
Alright, let's try.
Objection!
There we go.
Goodness.
What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye?
I'm sorry. I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that.
You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Stay there, little K-word. One piece of my tea candy.
Andy?
Yeah, it's English breakfast. You're still too young to be drinking real tea, though.
Come on, Mia, shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective!
Yes, ma'am.
This photo. You said that there was nothing particular about it. Is that correct? Sorry, peculiar about it.
Yeah, that's what I said. Also, did you notice Dahlia, name Dahlia on there?
No.
Okay. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim.
The note?
It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus, oh, Fox, I didn't finish reading.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
I have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo.
We didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am.
And you stopped there? You should have looked for it.
Keep going, keep going. Yeah, Edgeworth, your caller told her where to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this?
I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you are searching for, so desperately for, is it this one, perchance?
It's blue.
Where did you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first, and I decided to conduct my own investigation. Why? Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It is the safest place I know.
That hotshot sure has some flair for the dramatic.
It's not exactly white as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for.
Looks like he spent some time in the mud.
Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day.
Prosecutor Edgeworth. He was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time.
Court will accept the scarf into evidence.
Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is alright with you, isn't it, Miss Faye?
Why would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy?
Smarmy,
Yep.
His smarmy little neck.
Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively, and with hard evidence, that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on that bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. Pabs.
That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it.
Everything is moving. Sorry. Everything is moving at his whim.
Don't forget, K-word, there's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius.
A genius, huh?
Alright. Let's take a look.
It is 9:50.
Oh yeah, we should probably put a pause to this. We did say we weren't gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It did say
save
we.
this time.
Yeah, I have work tomorrow.
Alright, so
Okay,
ladies
here.
and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in. This was a great stream. We will be back next week.
Yep.
So, with that said,
I think this
you
one
guys
will be
have
a
great-
quick. I think this one will be very open and shut one too, so I'm not worried about length.
Yeah, this one's very
Yeah.
short. This is like I think this actually I think this was actually shorter than the first case actually. So, let's see.
There's not even any investigation to it. I think it's literally just the one case and we're out.
Yep. Yep, and I'm gonna say right now that this case is very important in this game's storyline, as you can tell, because we have, because as you saw, the name in the victim's notes was Dahlia. So, you know who that and Valerie Hawthorne?
The name sounds familiar, but it's not
yeah.
picking any bells.
Dahlia Hawthorne, anyone? Miss Butterfly herself?
Butterfly. Oh, that
Yeah,
one?
I remember.
Oh yeah, her.
So,
Okay,
anyways,
gotcha.
Let's see who I should read. I'm
All right, then I'll
thinking-
probably have to head off. I'll probably want to head off here.
Yep, ready up, ready.
I'll see you all later.
I am going to
Bye.
raid. I'm gonna read my buddy Rio.
Hope you have a good night, hon.
I'm gonna read
Good
my
night,
buddy Rio.
Foxy.
Alright, ready up, Raiders. Good night, y'all.
Good night, everybody.
Alright, ready up, Raiders. Alright, we will be back next week with some more Ace Attorney. Bye. See y'all later. Let's go. Alright, let's go. Party people, let's go.